I'm back to finish or continue my conversation. I gave it the last couple of weeks for the powers that be to do their thing. I didn't want to get in the way. I felt like I tipped off enough. Or left enough clues in my first post, so I didn't want to hinder any investigations. So talk about gang stalking. So here I have online virtual stalking. I have some physical, whether it be just weird cars behind me, weird people standing in the middle of drive-thrus at the tail of my car. That was really weird. Anyway, but other than that, potentially law enforcement, because there was a big law for me, whether it be law enforcement, attorneys, or even judges. So I don't know how big this gets, but social engineering doesn't happen for what, a dinner at the steakhouse. I mean, come on. So there was this theme of law enforcement, and then there was a spiritual or a religious theme that went on. I can tell you the psychologist, maybe 10 years ago, had a ministry. I could see that it was inactive when I met him. I never asked him about it, but I really wasn't concerned with it. Getting cold, so the camera shakes. So there's that. Anyway, then we have the women behind it. There was a woman that the psychologist, there's a couple women involved with the psychologist. There was one, he told me she was a realtor, but she was an estate attorney. And then there was another woman that I sent him a picture of. She was a realtor. There was an article in the paper that she was accused of embezzling $100,000 from her employer. She was packing up the belongings of deceased people as her work at the time. So there's that. So gee, I wonder how you know about what inheritances people have. I guess estate attorneys would be a good source. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. We have that connection. And then with the runner and the third guy, they knew each other, and like I said, I think I said it. I traced the number back, one of the numbers they used, to an estate attorney that later became a judge. That was the male estate attorney. So now we have a female and a male estate attorney involved with the two of them. The psychologist's son was in law enforcement. Meanwhile, there was a FaceTime video that we had on the third one that I swear the guy looked like the psychologist's son. He had a hat on, was trying not to, looking at me kind of funny. And he looked too small. the monitor's identity as a cover, I don't know. It's guilt by association. They're all involved. It's not for me to figure out exactly who's doing what. It'll come out. So there's that connection. There's a connection to Los Angeles. The monitor told me he was from Los Angeles, and then I saw online the runner in a picture in a firehouse in Los Angeles. And then I traced one of the phone calls back, not only to the estate attorney, but then another one during that time traced back to the runner, because it had a portion of his name that he uses as a nickname, and it was a lawn or landscaping business in Texas. So there's El Paso, and something about an aquarium there, and then we have the firehouse in LA, and all the law enforcement. So, and meanwhile, I'm looking for a long lost insurance policy, if not an inheritance. So I guess it's time, and all this time, I haven't even gone back to trace who my real biological father is, because this whole entire time, I just wrote him off. My biological mom was in the military, so then I get a lot of military online. Even now, these fake profiles and then posting comments, just trying to get in my energy, I guess. I don't know, it's ongoing. Some of this is normal scamming type stuff that goes on with everybody, but with me it was at a heightened level, and it was more like they wanted information. They wanted to know what I knew. They wanted to know who I knew, where my family was. So there's that. So, sorry about that. I'm getting cold. So I prayed to know about that insurance policy. I just kind of threw it out there at the end of a prayer, not at the end of a very long prayer. I really have conversations with God more than I have formal prayers. And they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. So instead of finding any inheritance on my mom's side, maybe he brought these people to me to find it on my dad's side. I don't know. The truth will come out. And that's the moral of Esther's story. Again, she was orphaned, she was exiled, etc. But the moral of it is good will always overcome evil. So with that, God bless.